and Duncan join us for a moment of silence, please? All right, and Mr. Voller, would you lead us in the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. And then changes to the agenda.
We're going to push items 19 and 20.
All right, to Monday, the 23rd. Okay. And then public comment. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Ron Hartman for the record. Just a request, when you get to business item number 23, will you state how much the cash match funds are and where they're coming from? Thank you.
All right. Any other public comment? Okay. And then I would take a motion for minutes.
I move that we approve the meeting minutes, items 1 through 6.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Consent calendar.
I move that we approve the consent calendar, items 7 through 16.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Payables.
I move that we approve the payables for December 9 through 13, 2024, in the amount of $769,228.11 and jury panel payments in the amount of $1,241.09.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 18, this is a bid award, and it's for an RFQ for architectural design services. It's the three-phase autopsy lab, coroner's office, and our facilities director, Jeff Voller, please.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Jeff Voller for the record. On December 3rd, the BOCC received 2 proposals for the architectural design services for the autopsy lab in the coroner's office, and those were from H2A Architects and Design West. We put together a review team that reviewed those proposals and are bringing forward a recommendation to go with H2A Architects. Both firms were very close in terms of their scoring and experience. We basically gave the nod to H2A Architects because they did the original design of the building and have the original blueprints to go from. And we felt like that'd be an advantage as we move forward. Plus, we felt like they had slightly, just a little bit more medical experience in terms of similar type projects that they've done in the past. So our recommendation is to move forward with H2A Architects, and then our next steps would be to do a cost proposal negotiation with them that we would bring to you for formal approval of what their bid would be to do the design work.
Okay, questions, motion?
Do you want the motion to list RFQ and then H2A Architects? Yeah. I move that we approve the bid award, bid number RFQ, to H2A Architects for architectural design services, three-phase autopsy lab.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Nay.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, items 19 and 20 will be handled Monday. And item 21, Master Service Agreement and Associate Service Order, Idaho Regional Optical Network and our 911 system. Mr. McCroy, please.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Colin McCroy, Kootenai County Sheriff's Office 911 for the record. Back in June, the board approved a project for us to do a fiber audit with the city of Coeur d'Alene to determine some fiber to the 911 center we would like to get connected into Idaho Regional Optical Network, or IRON, to use some of their services. We completed that audit. We found some pairs, and we have a path from the connection point from them at Molstead Library on NIC campus all the way up to the 911 center. This is the last step to get the agreement in place with Iron for utilization of their services. So this is the approval for both their master service agreement and our order. The cost for what services we would like to get from them right now is $175 a month, or $2,100 annually. It is not, we're working on this on background on the side. This isn't a budgeted item that we have. However, we are completely confident that we can cover this expense with saved funds from other projects or costs coming in lower, as it is a relatively low cost. The initial service that we are getting with them, aside from them partnering with us to get their equipment in the 911 center, the first service we want to get from them is we now have a secondary path to the radio system core down in Ada County. Iron already has a presence in the Ada County Dispatch Center to get into their network, and so we'll have two redundant paths to alleviate some problems we have with a single path down there. And so for your approval and any questions.
I'm just curious, it doesn't give us any redundancy in service levels if for some reason we went down up here.
Iron does. So this is the second pass. We've never had a second path. So we're not, right now with the inclusion of this, we are not discontinuing the current path we have, which is the Idaho Public Safety Communication microwave backbone. So we'll have two paths now.
Got it.
To add that redundancy. Inside of Iron's own network, we looked at joining them a couple years ago, but they did not have redundancy well built out across their network, and that's been since a few years, and they have done quite a bit of work where they have redundant paths to their nodes and their connection points. So inside of the Iron's own network, they have quite a bit of redundancy, and they're continuing to work for that right now. One of the future plans from a state level for Next Gen 911, Iron's one of the leading contenders to be the ESINet or ESINet provider for Next Gen core services. And that is one reason why they're working really towards that redundancy. So,
Okay. That's it for me.
All right. Bill, any questions?
No questions.
Okay. And is this a private organization or is it a NGO or what?
it's Iron is a not-for-profit NGO. They provide services to government entities, hospitals, and universities in Idaho.
Okay. Thank you. Motion?
I move that we approve the master service agreement and associate service order with Idaho Regional Optical Network, Inc. and 911.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 22. This is approval for quote number 2896670, and this is for radios and accessories with Motorola Solutions in our Sheriff's Department. Mr. McCroy again.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Again, Colin McRoy, Kootenai County Sheriff's Office. This is the pooled radio order for the radios that were requested during the budgetary process. This is the all those that we have set or identified as needing to be ordered this year. The quote total is $452,289.42. That is NASPO value point contract pricing with additional discount on top. For Motorola will sometimes apply a discount for us to get it in before the end of the quarter, and that is part of this agreement. What part of that total, $47,092.85 is from the enhanced E911 fund budget for radios that we are ordering out of there, and a capital project for additional radios. And then $15,965.08 are marine radio orders from the Marine Fund. So from the general fund ask that was budgeted, the total is $389,231.49 from what was requested for during budgeted process which is just over 13,000 under.
All right. My only statement is we're still $400,000 short on jail medical, and I was hoping that we could reduce our radio order to help save some of that cost, but it's too late in the game, and with the discounts and everything, it ended up costing us more to delay any certain amount of radios at this point. So, questions, motion?
We need to replace these radios, right?
Correct. The primary of these are all replacements of the old non-serviceable radio fleet, especially in the jail, which the jail is getting 31 portable radios in this order, and that is the bulk of the order of the radios. And the jail is the last ones we're working on to get off the old, no longer supported radios. Correct.
So we need to order them. Okay. Bill?
I'm fine.
I move that we approve, quote, 289-6670 radios and accessories with Motorola Solutions in the Sheriff's Office.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Thanks, Colin.
Thank you, Commissioners.
All right, item 23, Kootenai County Public Transportation FY25 Letters of Agreement. These are cash match funding from the cities of Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, and Hayden in our transit department. Chad Engel, are you on the phone?
Yes, thank you, Commissioners. Chad Engel with the Transit Department for the record. These are the fiscal year 25 agreements for the city's local contributions, which provide the cash match for capital projects such as buses and support our ongoing operations. The letters before you are for the city of Coeur d'Alene for $104,298, the city of Post Falls for $41,624, and the city of Hayden for $13,037. These agreements have been reviewed and approved by legal.
Okay, questions, motion?
Well, since they were read into the record, I'm just going to make the motion that we approve the Kootenai County Public Transportation FY25 Letters of Agreement for cash match funding with the cities of Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, and Hayden in our transit department.
And do we need to make this retroactive to October 1st?
They do not. I don't, I'm not sure on that one.
Well, there's no performance during the, it's just.
No,
No, it's just the
their
agreement
they don't.
stated that. Yeah, so, okay, thank you.
I'll say retro to October 1, 2024.
That's fine.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, thank you. Item 24, this is Grant Award 24 SHSP 055 2024 State Homeland Security Grant Program Award from the Idaho Office of Emergency Management in the amount of $214,720.26, no cash match requirement. And our OEM, Ms. Littlefield, please.
Yes, Andrea Littlefield for the record. Kootenai County Office of Emergency Management is requesting the Board of County Commissioners to approve the grant award for the 2024 State Homeland Security Grant in the amount of $214,729.26. Funding under the State Homeland Security Grant Program is for allowable equipment purchases and training program costs on behalf of the county during the performance period beginning September 19th, 2024 through February 28th, 2027, and there is no match requirement to this grant.
Okay, is this the one that we give other agencies funding through?
Correct.
Okay, and then I didn't see the list in our packet of the program or the projects that were approved. I think that was in the application part.
That was in the application.
Okay, and then who's on that team? Because does that team change regularly?
Yes.
Or,
So the committee that actually submits or that goes through the applications is any agency that did not put in an application for that year's funding.
okay.
So we have somebody from law enforcement, we have somebody from fire, we have the auditor, and then usually we have Colin's input for communication equipment.
All right, perfect, thank you. Questions, motion?
Yeah.
I move that we approve grant award number 24SHSP055, 2024 State Homeland Security Grant Program Award with the Office of Idaho Emergency Management in the amount of $214,729.26 with no match requirement, and our Office of Emergency Management.
I'll second.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Item 25, Grant Award 24 EMPG 055 2024 Emergency Management Performance Grant. And that's the Idaho Office of Emergency Management again in the amount of $181,121.16 cash match from our own Office of Emergency Management A budget in the amount of $90,560.58. Ms. Littlefield again.
Yes, Andrea Littlefield for the record. Kootenai County Office of Emergency Management requests that the Board of County Commissioners approve the grant for the 2024 Emergency Management Performance Grant. $90,560.58 is awarded from the state, and $90,560.58 is matched by the county from the OEM A budget. The performance period for this grant is October 1st, 2024 through January 31, 2026. And the purpose of the Emergency Management Performance Grant is to support comprehensive emergency management at the state, tribal, and local levels, and to encourage the improvement of mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery capabilities for all hazards.
Okay, thank you. Questions, motion?
I move that we approve grant award number 24 EMPG 055 2024 Emergency Management Performance Grant Award from the Idaho Office of Emergency Management in the amount of $181,121.16 that has a cash match from OEM's A budget in the amount of $90,560.58 with the Office of Emergency Management.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 26, board approval request. This is to reallocate ARPA funds from Wellspring Meadows Subawards to the Justice Building. And this is our prosecuting civil attorney's office with Ms. Smith, please.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Last week, you approved the closeout of 2 ARPA subawards, followed by their replacement with a county-funded award. And the ARPA funds for those subawards are therefore now unobligated. This memo re-obligates those funds to the Justice Building project, and specifically the county's contract with Boughton Construction.
Okay, questions, motion?
I move that we approve the request to reallocate ARPA funds from Wellspring Meadows subawards to the Justice Building via the Prosecuting Attorney, Civil Division.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Thank you. Item 27, board approval request. This is for the Historic Preservation Plan. And we have, Courtney, are you still the chair?
John is.
Oh, all right, Mr. Mueller, the chair, and then we'll have Miss Baby is here as well.
Thank you, Commissioners. Courtney Beebe from the Kootenai County Historic Preservation Commission.
And John Mueller.
Same?
We are asking for approval of the Kootenai County Historic Preservation Plan. As you remember, this plan is funded by a grant from the Idaho State Historic Preservation Office. We've been through a few iterations. We want to thank Commissioner Duncan for your thoughtful review of the plan and any changes that you proposed. Thank you to legal counsel for your review of the plan as well. The purpose of the plan is to guide our land use planning efforts. We are cognizant of the philosophy of our commissioners, and so you'll see there's nothing regulatory or mandatory contained in the plan itself. However, it does contain a list of goals and directives for our commission. We have currently started to implement a number of those goals, including beginning the historic preservation network efforts, as well as obtaining grant funding for other exhibits and here that would benefit the county buildings themselves. So we'll stand for any questions you have on the plan.
All right, questions?
No questions. Thank you. Very nice.
All right, questions, Bill?
None.
All right, a motion.
I move that we approve the request or approve the historic preservation plan with the BOCC.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your support of the plan.
Thank you for your patience.
Anything else? MOU? Did we get that done? No,
Don't-
okay.
Okay.
Very well done, though.
All right. Item 28. This is Resolution 2024-99. And this is a surplus and asset list deletion with our district court. And Ms. Young, please.
Yes, Callie Young, Court Services Director for the record. We have identified two older pieces of equipment within our inventory list that have since been replaced through our contract with H&A Services at the direction of local IT and through their contract. So we are just basically asking to remove the two older asset numbers so that we can keep our list up to date.
All right. Questions? Motion.
I move that we approve Resolution 2024-99, surplus and asset list deletion with the district court, clerk, and judicial.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Thank you. Item 29, Resolution 2024-100, and this is surplus equipment and asset deletion. It is the Fernan CXT building, and then with our Parks and Waterways. However, I think our asset specialist, Ms. Severance, is handling this.
Erica Severance for the record. It's basically the same thing as before. There was just a vault toilet at Fernan Dock that was removed and replaced, so we're looking to remove that old toilet or restroom from the asset list.
Okay. Was it destroyed, or, I mean, did they repurpose it? I mean,
My guess is it wasn't there when we went to do asset inventory, and they just told me it had been replaced.
oh, okay.
So that would be, Director Snyder might be able to help you more with that.
Just curious ahead of anything. That's fine. Okay. Questions? Motion.
I move that we approve Resolution 2024-100, surplus equipment and asset deletion, Fernan CXT with Parks and Waterways.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Thank you. All right. Item 30, Resolution 2024-109. This is the Agricultural Protection Area Commission Amendment, and our Civil Deputy Prosecutor, Pat Braden, would you like to lead us?
Pat Braden, Civil Deputy Prosecutor for the record. The board discussed this morning in the status update meeting. I'll just briefly note the changes. The only thing that has changed is that the initial terms would be staggered to where two positions would initially have a 3-year term, two positions would initially have a 4-year term, one position would have a 5-year term, and then each term thereafter would run for 3 years, and they would still remain staggered as we went. And that assures that not all of the members of the board would have to be replaced at the same time. So with that, there are no other changes to the original resolution, and I would recommend that this be approved if the staggering is satisfactory.
Okay, questions? Motion?
I move that we approve Resolution 2024-109, Agricultural Protection Area Commission Amendment with the BOCC.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, public comment. Anybody online, Jonathan? All right, 2:26, meeting adjourned. Thank you all.